Hello friends, I am Ritu Raj and today I am gonna narrate a story and the title of the story is Fred's Forgettery. There was once a boy who had a very bad memory. He didn't even try to remember anything, which made the things worse. Fred, you haven't got a memory, you have only got a forgettery, his mother said to him many times. Didn't I remember you 3 times to call at the shopkeepers for your shoes and now you haven't remembered? Oh, mother, I quite forgot, said Fred. But did you try to remember? Asked his mother. No, you don't. Now you will have to wear your old shoes with your new shirt. When you go to see Granny, that's really pity. I know. One day, circus came to Fred's town. It really was a marvelous one. It was Mr. Philippine's circus, and there were elephants, a giraffe, monkeys, and other funniest clowns you have ever seen. Some of the children went, and they really loved it. Fred wanted to go, but as he had really been very silly that week, his mother told no. You forgot to take your books to school yesterday and lost a good marks. For that, she said, and on the Monday you forgot. I asked you to stay at school to lunch and you came home and made a great fuss because I was out and there was no one to get you meal. And there were and this morning I said I asked you to call at the paper shop and bring back many paper and you didn't. No, you don't deserve a ticket for the circus. That forgettery of yours is playing all kinds of tricks this week. Now, on Thursday evening, Fred had to go to the nearby friend's house to borrow a school book he had forgotten. As he came back he saw an old man hurrying to catch the post. The post has gone, thought Fred. I saw the postman collecting the letters as I came by. The old man has missed the post. The man stopped by the pillar box and looked at the post many times. As he held up the letter to the slit in the red box, then he gave a cry to annoyance, for he saw that there was no collection until the next day. He had missed the last post. What a nonsense! Fred heard him say, missed the post. Now the letter won't get there till Saturday morning if I post it. I didn't better deliver it myself. He stopped Fred as the boy came by. Do you know where Rockland School is? He asked. Is it far? Yes, a good way, said Fred. It's my school. I go there every day. You go you go down there and turn to the left. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you say you go to Rockland School? Asked the old man. Well, I wonder if you don't mind taking taking this letter with you tomorrow morning without fail and giving it to the headmaster. Oh yes, of course I can, said Fred, and he held out his hand for the note. I can easily do that. Thanks very much, said the old man. Now don't forget, will you? You will be sorry if you do. Fred didn't tell the old man about his forgettery he had. He took the note and put it into his pocket, quite meaning to give it to the headmaster the next morning. He didn't think to himself, now I must remember this. I will carry it home in my hand and put it on my dressing table so that I shall see it tomorrow's morning. Then, if I can carry it in my hand all the way to the school, I simply won't be able to help remembering to deliver it. Now, he didn't try to remember himself at all that he had something to do for someone else. He just put it in his pocket and forget all about it. He didn't once think of letter that evening. He didn't think of it he next day. He forgot all about it when he go to school and took off his coat. There was the letter, safe in his coat pocket, hanging up in the clockboard, and nobody knew it was there. Friday came and went. Saturday morning came. There was very last day of the circus. Fred asked his mother again if he could go, but she shook her head. I think not. Fred, do you know you forgot to call in and ask how poor old Mrs. Jones was yesterday? And I reminded you 6 times at least. The poor old thing was very hurt because I didn't send to ask how she was. Certainly, you don't have threats if you don't even try to remember. Fred went out to play with his friends. They went to peep in the between this railing about the field where the circus camp was. It didn't look so exciting. The boys wished and wished they could see it. The tickets are expensive, said one boy. Usually they are half price for children, but the circus has done so well and been so crowded every night that there was been no half price tickets. I think the circus owner must be jolly men. Saturday went and Sunday came. That day the circus moved off. Some of the boys watched it. It was fun to see the elephant move away, dragging dragging the carnivals behind them. The clowns no longer looked like clowns, for they were dressed in ordinary old jersey and trousers. The horse went no a beautiful without their having plums. All the day same, it was exciting to watch as the big procession slowly made its way out of the field. Monday morning came. All the boys went back to school again and gathered together in a big hall for prayers and roll call. They went about to go their classroom when the headmaster stood up again. He had something to say. One moment, boys, he said. I have something to tell you. I had a letter this morning from the owner of the circus that was here last week. I will read it to you. The boys stood still, listening. The head began and to read the letter. Dear Mr. Kinley, I was astonished not to see the boys of your school at the circus on the Saturday evening. I had hoped that you would allow them all to come and take front seat, and I had offered them to you free. I hope you got the invitation safely. I gave it to one of your boy on Thursday to deliver to you for me as I had missed the post. I promised to do this. Your faithfully, Philippine. The headmaster folded up the letter and looked down from the platform at the sunrise boy. Hey, they were knocked and another whispering. We could have had the front seats. They are the best. Who took the note? Why didn't he give it to the head? What a shame. The circus has gone. Now we can't see it. One boy stood without saying a word, his face as red as bitterwood. That boy was Fred. Of course, that old man, that old man by the letter boy was Philippine, the owner of the circus, and he had given the invitation to Fred and he had forgotten all about it. It must be in his pocket still. I have robbed all the boys of chances to see the circus for nothing, thought Fred with horror. Oh, why didn't I try to remember? Well, boys, said the headmaster, putting the letter into his pocket, if Mr. Philippine is right, one of you took the invitation from him and forgot to deliver it. Who was it? Fred was frightened to say it was he. The boy would be so angry. The boys would be so angry. Were his classmates? He stood there, saying nothing to face still red. Saying nothing, his face was still red. Come on, said the headmaster. No one is away today. It must have been one of you. It is bad enough to forget to deliver a letter, but it is a great deal worse not to be brave enough to own up to it. I have not doubt it was quite by accident that the note was not delivered to me. But please don't make matters worse by not owning up. Fred was tremblingly ashamed of himself. Was he a crowded as well as careless? Yes, he was coward, but he didn't put a stop to that. He would own up. He heard his own voice, rather shaky and small. Please, Mr. Kenley, sir, I got the note. I got the note. I put it into my pocket and forgot all about it. It's there still. There was silence. The boys glared at Fred in anger and then began whispering, calling the boy all kinds of hard names because he had made them miss going to the circus. Fetch the note, said the head. Fred went out and bought the letter back. The head owned it and read it out loud. Well, said the headmaster, folding up the note, I am afraid. I am afraid Fred has spoiled the treat of you. Fred, will you kindly write the explanation and apology to Mr. Philippine today? Dismiss. Fred had a bad time that day. Every boy was disgusted, disappointed, and angry. Can't you remember anything? You are not stupid, just lazy. Huh. All very well to forget things that only concern yourself, but when you spoil something for other, it's different. Let's leave him out of games. Who want a boy who can't even remember to deliver a note for an old man? It was troublesome. Shock for Fred. He must get rid of his forgettery. He must remember what he is set him to do. Things in a sort of ways, even it was nonsense. He must tie knots in his handkerchief, write out notes and stick them in the dressing table glass so that he could read them in the morning and remember. He must keep saying to himself, what did mother tell you today? What did Mr. Kenley ask me to do? I must get back my memory and lose my forgettery, said Fred. Perhaps the boss will still angry at what I have done and forgive me. I have done. It's so holiday having no friends at school. So he's trying hard, but it's very difficult. What's your memory like? I do hope it's not a forgetting like friends. Friends. Oh. So that's all for today. Thank you and thanks for watching.